Today, I'm going to tell you why packing your bags and heading to Europe, and in my case in Spain, might be the best decision that you'll ever make. And yes, I'm putting Philadelphia under the microscope. Hi again, my friends. Welcome back to Expat Living. My name is Danielle Paisalis. I'm a mom, a wife, an attorney, and a businesswoman. And my husband and I moved to Spain 4 years ago with our 4 children and our little dog. And we started Expat Living to help other people like you and me move abroad. We want to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. Today, I want to go over the top 10 reasons why we moved to Spain and left our lives back home in the United States. Reason number 1, affordable healthcare. In Spain, quality healthcare doesn't cost an arm and a leg, literally. With universal coverage and affordable private options, you won't be drowning in medical bills. To contrast that with the United States, where a simple ER visit could really feel like a financial ambush, I have personal private health care for 6 people here in Spain, and I pay about $5,000 per year. And it's excellent care, top doctors, no copays, and it even includes dental and vision. But let's compare that with what I was paying back in the United States. I had excellent health care, but every doctor visit cost me $20 to $40 per visit per person. And with 4 kids, there's a lot of doctor's visits. So there was also a copay for the family. So for the privilege of such excellent health care, I paid over $2,500 per month. And that was just for the premium alone, to about $30,000 per year. So the cost savings alone is huge. Reason number 2, cost of living. The cost of living here in Spain, well, while we live in the big city of Madrid, the prices for housing are somewhat comparable to living in the city of Philadelphia, but in the smaller cities like Valencia and Sevilla, your euros will stretch further. Rent, groceries, and dining out are even more affordable. So meanwhile, in Philadelphia, housing prices and daily expenses can leave your bank gasping for air. So let's compare. When I visited my friends in Philly, over about a year ago, we went out for dinner and drinks, 4 people, to an average restaurant. In the city, we paid about $60 per person for our bill. That's pretty conservative in the United States. However, last week, I went out with 3 friends for dinner and drinks, about the same quality, and our bill was just 25 euros per person in Madrid. When I went to Sevilla last week, it was more like 15 euros per person. That's a huge savings. Reason number 3 is work-life balance. Europeans in general really do value their downtime. Spain in particular has an emphasis on family time. They are the champions of the work-life balance. In the United States, the grind never stops. Philly's hustle is real, y'all, but sometimes you need to pause and sip the sangria. Reason number 4, rich cultural experiences. Living in Europe is like having a backstage pass to history. From the Roman aqueducts to art in Madrid, culture is woven into daily life. In Philadelphia, it's one of the historical capitals of the United States, and I do take much pride in being a Philadelphian. It also has many charms, history, art, but if you want to go beyond the last 300 years, Europe's tapestry is vast and varied. Reason number 5, efficient public transportation. Spain and many other European and even Asian countries boast reliable and extensive public transport. Trains, metros, buses, you name it. And not only is it convenient and flexible, but it's also very safe. In Philly, while SEPTA tries its best, delays and limited routes can really test your patience. Number 6, culinary delights, tapas, paella, churros, jamon. Need I say more? Spanish cuisine is a feast for the senses. While I do miss my Philadelphia cheesesteaks, they are iconic. Spain offers a culinary journey that's hard. Reason number 7, safety and low crime rates. Spain's cities often rank very high for safety. Walking alone at night feels secure, and in large European cities, you may have to keep an eye on your phone or your wallet from potential pickpocketers, but rarely will you ever encounter someone with a weapon. In contrast, certain areas in Philadelphia and other major cities in the United States can be unpredictable after dark and sometimes during the day. Reason number 8, emphasis on community. Spanish neighborhoods thrive on community. Local festivals, markets, and gatherings foster connections among the people. In fact, each town has their own specific day or week of celebration throughout the year, and they take that much pride in their cities. While Philly has its neighborhoods, the sense of communal living is more pronounced in Spain, I'd say, than in Philadelphia. A good example of this is the day of the apagón, which is the countrywide power outage that we experienced about a month ago. As I walked around town, people were enjoying each other's company, listening to music, listening to the radio, or playing in the parks. Neighbors were sharing food. It was not a crazed panic rush to the market to get toilet paper and water, although I was one of the few Americans doing that. Lifelong habits are really hard to change. Reason number 9, education opportunities. Spain offers quality education with global perspective. International schools and universities abound. There are Spanish schools, bilingual schools, French, German, American, British, you name it, schools of every type, available for students at different ranges from free to expensive. But in the United States, there are public schools. There's great public education, and there's not so great public education. So the quality is going to depend on where you live, even in the same city. And private education is often excellent, but comes with a hefty price tag. And reason number 10 is travel accessibility. From Spain, weekend getaways to France, Italy, or Portugal are just a train ride away. Europe's interconnectedness makes exploring new countries a breeze. From Philly, international travel is going to require more planning and is certainly more costly. So there you have it, my friends, 10 compelling reasons to consider living abroad in Europe, especially in Spain. It's not just about the lifestyle, it's about embracing a new perspective. Philly will always have a place in my heart, but sometimes change is the spice of life. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and tell me about your adventures. Tell me your thoughts. Where are you thinking of going? And have you considered moving abroad? I'd love to hear your stories as well. Thank you again, my friends, for listening, and happy travels.